Okay. All right. So first of all, good morning. Hi, everyone. We're like 3 weeks away. This is crazy. Super excited though. I want to introduce you guys to somebody. This is Daria. She is on my team now, and she has been here, what, just a month? This is her 5th week. So in Young Living time, that's like, 2 years. She comes from Minnesota, and she just graduated from the University of Minnesota, right? Yep. And she's already done a ton of stuff to help streamline and create resources to make everything easier for you guys. I'm sure you guys have seen her on Facebook. Speaking of Facebook, we now have 2 different groups. So we have the global page still, and then we also created a US market page. I think there's sometimes when we want to make an announcement to the US hosts, and I actually just feel bad, saying US hosts only and posting it in the global page, because it's not for everybody. And each market actually has their own page. And so I know it's kind of, maybe annoying to kind of track through both of them, but I think, Facebook is such an awesome resource. It's such a great place to post questions or, get insights or inspiration from other people and what they do. And so I encourage you guys to try to use both pages because there are people all around the world that are, have really great ideas and are doing awesome things. Her name is Daria, so it's D-A-R-Y-A, Karas, K-A-R-A-S. So Cheryl, when you say the page info, are you referring to the Facebook page? Because it's still global Live Your Passion Rally, #Wild Unites, and the new one is US Live Your Passion Rally, #Wild Unites. And if you're here, you guys are probably all added to it. It was in your confirmation email. So if you're not on there already, just request an ad the same way we do. Something Daria has been doing is actually checking to make sure everybody's registered. And we really want to filter through now. We don't want people that maybe they hosted, last July and they're in the group now because they're getting that information and it's not really fair. We want to keep it exclusive. So we're going to make sure that every time when hosts register, you'll get the confirmation email. Just click that ad again. She'll verify that you're registered. And that way we're just, keeping it between the people that are registering and hosting this rally. And that's going to be for the global page and the US page.
With that being said, for the global page, I have been going through and I've deleted over like 1,500 people so far in the past couple weeks that aren't registered. But with that being said, it's completely possible that I maybe deleted somebody that isn't on your official registration form, either as a co-host or a host or something of that sort. So if you get deleted and you are actually co-hosting or hosting an event, either request to get added back into the group or just shoot an email to the Wild Rally email with a list of any people that are considered your hosts or co-hosts for an event. And if they request to join, then I can reference that list as well, because we are aware that the co-host option on the registration form is only you can only put one person in there essentially. So if you have more than one co-host, just shoot us an email or ask to get rejoined to the Facebook page and just put in an explanation somewhere that you're a co-host that wasn't on the registration form.
Yeah, and you can also, so Julie, I see your message here that you're someone's assistant and obviously you're helping out with that. So just send us a message, like Daria said, either in the Wild Rally or you can just send her a Facebook message. And just, obviously there's exceptions to the rule and there are circumstances. So just communicate with us and then we'll make sure that, everybody that needs to be part of it is part of it. Yeah. And so I just, we always have this host call because the idea here is to really continue to just empower you guys. You guys are so amazing. One of the things I love about Young Living is that we're 89% product users, which means we love the product. And so this is such a great opportunity to get people together, to talk about our products, to share the products you love, or maybe the products people don't really know about or get excited about new products. But it's also such a great opportunity to talk about your story with Young Living, your business story or your product story. just whatever that testimonial looks like. And the coolest thing about this is you don't have to be a crazy awesome event planner. You don't have to be a great speaker. If 5 people in your living room is your kind of jam, then we want to still help give tools for you to feel comfortable to be able to bring those 5 people over and create an event that looks good for you. And so again, just want to reiterate the idea that, you know, there is, when we give you guys a show flow or an agenda, we want to help you fill in kind of the gaps, but we really want to empower you to fill it in with what that looks like for you and who your audience is. So if you're going to have 10 people in your living room, maybe it looks like a DIY project, right? Or if you're going to have, you know, 500 people, you know, maybe you have giveaways and questions and things that pertain to larger groups. And that's something Daria's been working on, and you'll see it in the host toolbox on the rally page. Just some ideas of how to interact and kind of engage. And that's whether you're having small rallies, large rallies, or even online rallies, ways that you can engage a little bit more, because obviously online is a little bit harder to get that community aspect. But I think that really is what it's about. It's bringing people together. It's talking about all things Young Living, whether they're new people that know nothing about Young Living and what we do, or whether you're talking to your teams, trying to train your teams and teach them how to teach other people. And so I just, we just really want to empower you guys to make your event your own. And so with that being said, I've talked way too much. I want to introduce to you guys Tracy Doyle. She's a silver, and I'm going to do a quick introduction of her. So she lives in Cameron Park, California, with her husband of almost 20 years. That's crazy. That's awesome. He is a wastewater treatment plant operator. They have 2 daughters, ages 16 and 10, and are a free-range learning homeschool family with a passion for helping others discover the Young Living lifestyle. Tracy loves hosting rallies and gathering people together to build community. She has hosted several rallies, from intimate living room experiences to events with over 250 attendees. And so I asked Tracy, our leaders that are hosting the most rallies are silvers and executives. And, we hear a lot from diamonds, and I love diamonds, and that's awesome. But I also want to talk to the masses, the people that are hosting left and right. And so Tracy, you're really active on Facebook, and you're always willing to help, give your tips and your tricks. And so I asked Tracy to be our featured guest today. And so I'm going to let her kind of talk as much as she wants, and then we'll do a Q&A at the end. If you guys have questions for Tracy, just feel free to unmute yourselves and ask her your questions, and I'll try to keep up with the questions in the chat. So Tracy, go for it.
Good morning, everybody. Laura, thank you for inviting me to speak today. I do have a passion for sharing and helping others, and rallies are one of my favorite things. Can you guys hear me okay? Yeah? Okay. So I thought we should start with a Ningxia toast. So if you have a shot of Ningxia, I want to toast you guys. You are awesome if you are hosting a rally, whether it's 5 people, 2 people in your living room, or 500 people. You have made a commitment to share this Young Living lifestyle and gather people together. So let's just do a little toast to you guys. And then my oils in the morning when I speak. I have clarity in the diffuser. And you guys may have seen me valoring up right before. So let's get started. So in 2014, for my 40th birthday, I got my premium starter kit. I was actually one of the few people who joined Young Living with the intention of starting a business. It wasn't accidental. Most people get their products and start sharing and get an accidental paycheck. That was not me. I actually got my kit in September and hosted my first gathering or party in October. It was just the right time for us as a family because we were taking care of my mom, who passed away of early onset dementia. So these oils came into our lives right at the time when we needed a lot of emotional support. And so I'm very grateful for that opportunity and the benefits that Young Living brought to us. And so I started in 2014, and now we have, you know, a nice sized team. I have 2 golds under me. Both of them are hosting a rally on April 6th. And the way that we have grown as a team is exactly what we're going to talk about today, which is by building community and hosting events and gathering people. Our teams were built in living rooms. And so we're going to talk about living room rallies today, as well as larger rallies. My goal is to be part of a movement that is just sharing the possibilities that Young Living offers and sharing hope. And when we gather together as a community, that's a great way to do that. So our theme for this rally is be a force of good and bring others into your purpose. And so I think that's exactly what we do with these rallies. We are gathering people and building community. And that's my number one goal when I host a rally. We bring people together in person and we help them realize they belong to something bigger. We create a family vibe or a tribe vibe that people want to be a part of. And so for me, when you do these events, it's recreating that feeling of YL family, that feeling we get at convention, or if you've ever been on a global leadership cruise and you're surrounded by all of these Young Living people. It's that feel of being part of the community and part of something bigger. So for me, rallies are not just about sharing information and getting excited about launches, but the heart of the rally is community building. So one of the things I love about the rallies is, you know, if you've been around a while, you've probably heard someone talk about personality colors. And a rally is our opportunity, and the content that Young Living provides really can appeal to all the personality colors. And that's one thing that I think super cool about rallies. For me, I want to offer a multi-sensory event where people get to see, touch, taste, smell, hear messages, all that stuff. So when we bring everyone together, whether it's small or large, that's my focus, is just gathering and making it something for everyone. So Laura asked me to talk about living room rallies and smaller rallies. And so let me just kind of define those. So a smaller rally could be, you know, any rally, say under 50 people. It could be 2 people, it could be 50 people in your living room. Basically, you know, to me, it's that more intimate experience, and it's very replicable. So when you host a living room rally, you're showing your team and your leaders under you how easy it is to host a rally. They can do that. They're not going, oh gosh, I've got to rent a hall and I've got to do all this. They're like, hey, I can invite some friends over and plug the laptop into the TV and, you know, and do this. So my very first rally was the very first rally ever. I think, what was it, October, a couple of years ago now? And I didn't really know what to expect, you know. So I decided to do a home one, and I invited my team and Crossline friends. We just had potluck. Everybody brought an appetizer or dessert, and we showed the videos. And that was awesome. So it can be that intimate experience, and then you make it your own with what you decide to do. And I'll tell you guys a little later in the call what I'm going to do this time, but I'm actually hosting a living room. So a larger rally, and the other thing about a smaller rally is you could literally, like, I just got a text from another one of my team members. So we have 5 small, you know, living room rallies scheduled for our team in different places. We've got 2 in West Sac, 1 in Ohio, and 1 in Solano County. And then I'm having some people over to my house. So we have 5 rallies going on. And it's what my point was, that you could sign up today and get this together in 3 weeks if you're doing it in a living room. So a smaller rally takes less planning, right? Less, you don't have to find a big venue. You don't have to, that's the main thing, is the venue with the large versus small. So a larger rally is going to take, you should have 3 months really to plan a big rally. If you're going to have a huge rally and rent a venue, you're going to want to be booking that out 3 to 6 months away. So while I'm working on my April living room rally, in the background, I'm also already working on my August rally, which is going to be a big rally. So when you do a bigger rally, you get that opportunity to work with leaders, even crossline friends, and get your tribe involved. And so that's all part of that community building too, is working together. You're going to need to invite, if you want to have speakers, you're going to need to do that 3 to 6 months out. And one of the things that I think is really important is to tap into your team. So if you're doing a big rally, or even in your living room, invite someone to talk or share that's on your team. Edify your leaders and give them the opportunity to share their story. So another thing you want to think about if you're doing a larger rally is you're going to need the audiovisual equipment. If you have one in your living room and you got a laptop, you just plug your computer in. But you have community, or when you do a larger venue, you got to make sure they have the audiovisual equipment that you need. So you also need to figure out how you're going to do your registration. Someone just asked, what do we charge for the larger rally? So that's part of the event planning part, and I'll get into that a little more in my next topic. But basically, your cost is going to be based on your budget and your expenses. So say you're doing a big rally, you're going to want to find out 3 to 6 months in advance what that venue is going to cost. You know, one time we had Nikki Davis come in and we rented, we had not a hall, we rented the atrium of a hotel. And in that case, we had to have, that was part of our expense. The hotel, we ordered Chipotle catering. I picked that up, set up the chafing dishes, or, the catering sterno things. So that kind of stuff, you've got to factor in your costs. So then you get all your expenses together, your venue, what food you want to serve, what projects you want to do, which swag bags, if you're going to do that. And then you divide that by your number of attendees that you're expecting, and that's going to be your cost. So usually, I don't like to go over $20, and usually we include some kind of food. I am a big believer in breaking bread together. So when we can bring people together and eat, I think that helps build community and develop relationships. So, and I'm blue. My personality colors, if you're curious, are I'm equal parts blue and red, then almost the same amount of yellow, not quite, and this tiny bit of green. So that I have to force myself to do the green things that are required for this, but I love the fun parts. So did I answer? Yeah, that was the question we had. So when you're talking about the process of registration to follow up after, again, you want to think about, if you're doing a larger one, the venue. So the things you have to decide, am I doing a private or a public? You set your budget, you find your venue, and you brainstorm, and you get some co-hosts together. So you guys know you can't do this stuff, any of it, Young Living, rallies, anything. You can't do this by yourself. It takes a team, and everything's better with friends. So bring your co-hosts, in together, and delegate and assign jobs. I like to do an Excel spreadsheet after we brainstormed, so everybody knows their expectations for that day, what they need to bring, all that kind of stuff. I also love to do some kind of thank you after. So if I do a big event and I use the Oily Events, that's where I like to use for ticketing, oilyevents.com. You can then go in after the event and send an email to everybody like, hey guys, thanks for coming. We're so grateful that you showed up and shared in this rally with us. If you do a smaller one at home, you could do a text or an email or a call. And I always send thank you notes to whoever worked on the event with me. So that's what I like to do. And then I also wanted to, you got to think about giveaways. That's something, if you're going to do any giveaways during your rally, that would be something you want to look at in your budget. Since day one, I've used ER points a lot of times to order things to give away, because when you're first starting, you may not want to invest your paycheck in giveaways or things like that. And if you're doing it at home, you may not have a huge budget. I don't charge people when they come to my house. The event planning site I use, so for ticketing, I use oilyevents.com. It's Jake Dempsey's company. And there's a fee added to the tickets. And then there's also a donation is made for every ticket to the Young Living Foundation. So that's something I didn't mention earlier too. Like when you do these rallies, one thing we've done before rallies, I would do these quarterly, I guess, I don't know, not conventions, but conferences. And I'd bring in people, local people to speak, and we would have lunch. And we like to bring in an element of charities, of charitable contributions. So for one of the conferences, we did a food drive. And I don't know, I always feel like when you go to the food, not that I've been in the food pantry, but, and it's okay if you have, when you go to a food pantry, you see not a lot of healthy stuff. So my goal for that day was our food bank in El Dorado County does allow donations of produce. So you can only imagine all the great healthy stuff we collected that day. We filled the back of my Jeep with healthy things, produce and stuff like that. So that's always fun. And that was, kind of a last minute thing. About a week before, I posted in that event page, like, hey guys, bring, yes, the fees are passed on to the attendees. Bring something for the food drive. And that was really cool. So you can always incorporate an element like that to support the foundation. So, so the ticket price, say you set it for $15. I can't remember if it's like maybe $1 something that's added per ticket. And you can choose to absorb the ticket fees, or you can have the fees be paid for by the ticket purchasers. So when you create the tickets on Oily Events, you decide to absorb. Yes. Thank you, Joyce. Thank you. Okay. So the next thing that's really important to talk about is promoting your event. Laura asked me to share how I promote events. So you guys, the number one way to promote an event is by personal invite. You can't just throw up a Facebook page event or, create your tickets without sharing. And people are going to come to something when they are personally invited. So from day one, I've always encouraged my team, don't just invite someone on a Facebook event, pick up the phone or text them and get them excited to come with you. Carpool, when we do something in Solano, that's like an hour away for me. I'll be like, hey, who's riding with me, and fill the car up. So people are going to be more likely to come when you involve them in a personal way and send that personal invite. So, and then when you do have that event page, you want to engage and create excitement, just like you would if you were doing a class. So you don't just throw that up there and leave it. You're going to go in, maybe once a week, post a picture of the food or the project, or just some kind of engagement and excitement to remind people, hey, this is going on, and show them why they would want to come. Pictures get people excited. So, and create that FOMO, that fear of missing out. So you want them to be like, hey, I don't want to miss this, And so that's my number one advice for everybody, is to personally invite people. What was that question somebody asked? Can you guys tell me?
She said, Tracy, can you repeat the theme statement again, please?
The theme statement. You want to see if I memorized it? It's be a force of good and bring others into your purpose. And then we're focusing on our not Help 5,
our zero waste initiative for 5x5 pledge.
Yes, that. So I'm trying to think of a fun thing to do for that too. Like maybe we'll plant little plants or something, like that, like plant seeds, to bring like a little fun interactive project into that theme. So that's what I'm still brainstorming. So we talked about promoting and that personal invite. Now let's talk about, why is it important to delegate? So for me, it's not just about lightening your workload. It's not that at all. I love being, I like being in charge. Okay. That's the red. That is the red in me. I will just tell you right now, it is hard for me to let go, but it's really important to let go, because you are edifying your leaders. And when you give people some responsibility, you're showing that you trust them. And that's really important, that you bring people in and make them a part of it. So one of the things that leaders do is you want to look at the talents and gifts of your team and see what they can offer that brings the highest good. So people love doing what they love doing. So you want to plug them in, right? You want to find their gifts. So if somebody is a great speaker, invite them to speak. If someone's great at the food stuff, ask them to help with that. We did a big rally in Vacaville last year, and I did that with a couple of teams, and we all worked a couple of teams in my downline, and we all had different areas. So we had tables, and I had different leaders on every table. We did color matching. My friend that loves the makeup, I'm like, hey, will you color match people? You're so good at that. We had not raindrops, we call aroma domes set up, and we brought in a chair massage therapist, and she charged like $10 or something for some chair massage. So just like finding what your people's talents are and letting them shine is going to help. And you always want to edify your leaders. One of the things I think is important to do is also to have that prep done ahead of time and know who's doing what. Have your agenda set. I like to make a spreadsheet. I hate spreadsheets, but I like to make a spreadsheet for this so everybody knows exactly what they're doing. And, when you're doing a big event, especially that show flow that Laura gives us, and you plug in, make it your own, but use that show flow, use that agenda, and give everybody working on the event that the day of the event a copy of it so they know what's going to happen that day. Your spreadsheets become novels. Yeah, right? So I'm like a little note person. I have little notes all over my house. That's what I do. Anyway, so just being in communication is so important, edifying and communicating. And then I like to do a Zoom call when I'm doing a big rally and get everybody that's working on it on the Zoom call at least once, preferably 2 or 3 times before. And just that's going to build community with your team that you're working with and keep everybody on board. One of the main things you want to do is not micromanage. Again, I'm red. So you want to, if you say you have this responsibility, let them do it their way. It's going to be okay. You got to let go and let people shine. So the next thing I was going to talk about is how to make your event your own. Okay. So you're going to, this is what I like to look at it like this. How can I serve my people and provide a multi-sensory event? And what do they want? Like, who's your audience? So you might have a group of people coming over that are into DIYs, Laura mentioned, and you set up a DIY station. So what I'm doing this time at my house, we did this huge perfume party, and we had 8 perfumes available to make, and that was, it was awesome. But this, for the rally, we're just going to pick 3, and we're going to have a small perfume station. Everybody's loving the Melissa Pepping perfumes right now, so I'm going to use that as our little fun activity. And then so you just got to think about, what do your people want? Do you have people that are just seeking information? Do you have people wanting to do DIYs and have fun? And what do you like to do? What are your gifts? So you want to look at it that way. One of my favorite rallies was that Vacaville one last year, because we did a lifestyle expo and recreated like the expo at convention. So we had the Savvy table. We did an LSP table, had the books out. We had a Vitality table. There were 9 tables. I won't list them all, but we literally, you walked through and you experienced every single product line, because Young Living has something for everybody, right? So to recreate that experience, like our brunch, I baked acorn muffins, the recipe on the box. I had little cups that my daughters put. Sorry about that phone call. So we had little yogurt cups, and then we topped them with the granola, the acorn granola. We made smoothies with the Sleek and the Pure Protein. So our brunch was Young Living food, and a lot of people don't even realize we have that. So they got to experience the products, and that was a lot of fun. That was a very popular, and I think we're going to have that element again in August. So we immersed people in the Young Living experience. We're making acai bowls. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I love that. We always have a ningxia bar, and we do charge for the ningxia. Sometimes we'll have like one shot of ningxia included in the ticket price, but most of the time we'll have at my house, I'll just share my ningxia. But when we do an event with a ticket, we'll actually have a ningxia bar with a ningxia bartender, and that's a lot of fun too. So just again, just recreating that feeling of convention and fun. Yeah, Club Red, it's totally fun. So now I have another piece of paper that's downstairs, so we're gonna have to go with we're gonna go from here. So number 8, how do we mix it up and keep them coming back? We just try to look at what people are looking for, what's our audience, and create that experience, and always just making it something fun, right? Something I would have loved to know before starting to host rallies, I don't know. I don't really have an answer for that. But my key learning experience, I am not a tech person. So like that, I wish I would have done a run through. So instead of just waiting till that night to plug the computer up to the TV, I wish I would have uploaded the videos to my computer. Because if you the tech stuff, you want to do a run through and make sure you have all your kinks worked out. So that's something I would always advise everyone to do, is just assign someone that's good at the tech stuff to do it and do a run through. And then the next thing we were going to talk about is, do I feel my events have an impact on team growth? Absolutely. So for me, like the growth can occur that day. Like, do I see a lot of OGV jump the day of a rally? Absolutely. But what you also will notice if you pay attention is your OGV will continue to grow. It's creating momentum. So you may have that spike in OGV that day, but I really feel like creating this sense of community and bringing people together, just like convention, it's not that one day or that one sale. It's going to continue to build momentum in your team and give you that kindling. So I think that it's huge. I think everybody should host a rally, living room or a big event, and attend a rally. So this is what I'm planning for April. I'm having people over to my house. We're doing brunch. I'll do the Icorn muffins and the Young Living brunch experience. And we're going to have the perfume bar, which I already mentioned. And then I'm still working on a fun, like, Earth Day, zero waste kind of project too. So that's what I have going on. And I think, did I go over everything that you wanted me to talk about, Miss Laura?
So actually there was a question, and this is a great question. Do you focus on current members or potential members, or both?
So ideally we'd like to have both, but from my experience, usually it is current members. And I like to encourage people to bring someone that's not a member that's had some interest, right? So sometimes I'll offer, like this time I've got a free gift. I don't know what it is yet, but I'll have a free gift for everyone that comes that's not a member, and for the person that's bringing someone.
Nice. I love that.
So I think, yeah.
What other questions do you guys have for Tracy? And feel free to unmute if you want to. You were just that amazing. You answered everything. So let's see. Julie says I talk too much to unmute. No such thing.
We'd love to hear from you.
Yes, no such thing. Well, while you guys are maybe thinking of a couple questions, I just want to kind of reiterate too, and Tracy, everything you said was awesome. I love hearing community. I love hearing making it your own. I love the delegation. Like, all those things are just, kind of the main points that like really kind of put rallies into like what is a rally. But I just want to also add, there's two things, and Tracy, you touched on this a bit, that I think are really important, and it doesn't matter what kind of rally you're doing, whether it's in your living room, you know, a huge event space, or whether it's online. But those two things, the first one is recognition. So if you have people that are up-ranking, or if you have people that are hitting their first month or their second month, that encouragement and recognizing them might be that extra push that's going to help them hit that third month and get that achieved rank. And I mean, I think we all know, like, it feels good to be recognized, and it's so encouraging. And so whatever way that looks like, it might be having people stand up, it might be just mentioning their names in a post, you might have a gift for them, I don't know, but however you feel is appropriate. We just want to keep encouraging you guys to always recognize, and so know who those people are that are coming to your rally. And the second thing that Tracy, you touched on, is your story, right? Your testimony, and it doesn't have to be from you. You can bring in your leaders and have them tell their stories. But I think having a story on the Young Living business and somebody who has a great testimony on that is awesome, because it does provide a freedom, right? Like there's something to be said about doing the business, but then also on our products. And this is such a great time to throw compliance out the window and talk about the products that brought you into Young Living, that you can't live without, or, you know, that's made you believe, and that this is the perfect time to do that. And so whether you have a great story, or, you know, other people, whether they're leaders or not, if they have a story, just kind of open up the floor and let them tell their testimonials, because there's nothing more powerful than that.
Yes, last year I did. I had one of my leaders tell her amazing story of replacing a lot of things with oils. And then we also, I had, yes, absolutely. I've had many of my leaders share their stories, and you're right, it is the perfect opportunity for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Robin, what was your question?
I unmuted. So I'm really glad, Tracy, that your first rally was a potluck, because that's I'm just going to be like, I'm just going to do this. I've been wanting to feed my people einkorn stuff anyway. Will it be clear when we get the information? I've never done this nor helped someone. I've attended some, but never, will it be clear, like, when you're supposed to launch the videos of information? Is there a timeline set up with Young Living for that?
Tracy, do you want me to jump in on that one first?
Well, sure.
Yeah, let me speak to it from the Young Living corporate side, and then if you have to add to it from the host side. So, Robin, we are going to hopefully today or tomorrow post the show flow, which is just a proposed agenda. It'll be in the host toolbox on the rally page. We also will post it on the Facebook pages, and it's editable. So it's an opportunity for you to, you know, kind of create your own agenda. But it will show you how many videos we have in the order, where the product, you know, excitement is, where the foundation is, that kind of thing. So you can kind of see, you know, how long it'll take to talk about the products that are in there, how long it'll take to talk about, you know, the corporate updates and announcements, how long each video is, but they will be in order, and then you can just fill in your own stuff from there. Because again, it's just a proposed agenda. So I mean, there's like a 5-minute welcome and like an icebreaker, but maybe you want to play 3 games and you want to take 15 minutes to have fun at the beginning. So just change that to be what you want it to be. But we will be posting that soon. And then when you get the content the week of the rally, you'll get it in an email, and there will be a link that will have the complete presentation already put together. And it will all be in order, and you can basically download it to your computer, open it, save it, open it, and then basically play it through. And then there will also be a presentation that will not have the videos embedded already. Sometimes it's easier for people, based on their technology and what programs they use and what kind of software they have, to use the video link and embed the videos into the presentation. So you'll have both options. You can also, you won't be able to edit the slides themselves, but you can edit the notes to the slides to make them sound a little bit more you. You can delete out a slide if you don't want to talk about it. You can add in your own slides wherever you want. So we kind of create a canvas for you to kind of have options. And we also will put a folder with all the JPEGs of each slide so that if you're somebody doing an online rally, you can have the JPEGs already created for you and just post them. And then, you know, there is the video link where you can just post the videos online. So kind of we try to provide all the options for everyone.
I won't get it till I won't like really grasp it till I see it. That's all right. Okay.
Hey, Robin, if you want to message me, I can send you a previous one. So you see one, a mocked up one, like when you add stuff in it with like times to it.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Tracy, do you have anything to add, or is that good?
I think that's good.
Does the Facebook pages have the Facebook pages? Then we can kind of banter back and forth on there and ask questions and
yes, absolutely. So
support. Yeah,
and we do have to approve posts, but if you have any question or whatever, you know, Daria is on it daily. So put whatever question or whatever, you know, some people are like, I need ideas for swag bags, go. And that's my favorite part about, like, we're already building community right now, just even with the hosts and helping each other out. And I love just kind of the unselfishness. Nobody cares to give up their ideas and help other people. And it's so fun to see. That's my favorite part about the Facebook page, is when people are answering other people's questions and helping people out. And sometimes people design their own graphics and they share them. And I just love to see that.
Okay. All right, thank you.
So we have a question. I have a question on the ticket during purchase, addressing who invited them if they don't answer. Oh, Carolyn was answering. So I have not had that issue really, as far as people coming and not knowing who to enroll under. So, I mean, what you could do is, if you're doing cross-line stuff, and which I have done, and you have more than one person sign up, I mean, you could take turns if they weren't invited by a specific person. So you just kind of have to set up your boundaries with that and how you want to handle it, what your expectations are. Generally with something like this, I've only had that happen once, where somebody came and they did end up in a different team, and I'm okay with that. I mean, that happens. And we were both promoting the event, and the person just ended up where they ended up, and that was okay with me. You know, we can't like worry about that stuff too much. But if someone invited the person and brings them, for sure they're going to go under the person that brought them and invited them. So if you have, I think you should always at a big event have a table for signups and have the kit out. And you know, even if you have 250 people and 2 non-members, those 2 non-members might sign up. So you want to have the kit and have someone ready to help them do that, and just train the person on the table, like, to ask who invited you. You know, how did you hear about the event? So that's how you can avoid those kind of problems.
Yeah, no, that's great advice. I want to talk a little bit about the products questions and the bag. So a couple things. One, if any of the new products are available in the warehouse and in time, that is always a goal, and we want to be able to have them at the rallies. It is something that unfortunately almost never happens, and it's not really in my control, but we're definitely, as a company, trying to work to get those timelines better so that we can have them at the rally. I'm going to let the cat out of the bag here on these bags. We actually just branded a brand new one, like the really good ones. And they are actually launching at this rally, and there is going to be a discount on those for 3 days. And so I'm just going to let you guys know that, since you're asking about it. And I know you're talking about the old bags. This one is beautiful. It has like the lavender fields. It's like the kind that you see everybody have at the stores, except for ours look even better. And I'm really excited to use them myself. So just so you know, those are coming. So Brandy, there's no banner that you can like go on and buy and it like ships to you, but in the host toolbox on the rally page, there's banners and graphics, but we also put a high res banner in there that if you wanted to have printed, like a large one, so it wouldn't be grainy. So that's in there. So you could get it printed probably by like any print company online. You can just upload that file. So that is in the host toolbox. Tracy, Julie asked, do you use swag for all participants, large or small events?
You know, we do not do that every time. You just got to decide, here's what I'm going to do. I don't think anyone's on the call that's coming over. I have my beauty bags I ordered that are available right now. So I'm actually going to use these to make up some little swags. Maybe find some other stuff. So for my house, I'll definitely have some little gifts. And then I pre-ordered some of the special surprise items. Can I say what it is?
Sure.
The
Everyone
water
on here
should know, right?
have had the opportunity to order them. So
yeah, so we are going to have the water bottles, but I'm not giving those away. That's not in my budget. But I am going to do some little bags. So if you do a swag bag, I think swag bags are fun, and you can always incorporate that into the cost of your big event. Like you're going to have water. I like to have pictures on the water on the tables, and since we're working on zero waste, you probably don't want to have water bottles like the plastic ones at your event, but pictures of water. But if like I used to, for the speakers, I've put like a Lara bar and some water and a not chapstick, our lip balm, just stuff like that. I've done that for the speakers, but I have not done swag bags at a big event yet.
I ordered 2 of those bottles, one for my co-host as a thank you gift, and I just got it literally
like
5 minutes ago. It just came.
Yeah,
it's very awesome.
Very cool.
I love it. All right, are there any questions for Tracy or for Daria and I? Anything else we can help answer? Also, we will post this on both the Facebook pages. I know it doesn't fit with a lot of people's schedules, so people will be able to go back and rewatch.
Oh no, Linda! I forgot I was gonna surprise you. She didn't know it was a water bottle.
Oh,
sorry.
Surprise!
Also, find another way to surprise you now. Linda is one of my co-hosts for this time.
Well, surprise! Early surprise.
I'm sorry.
Julie, when you guys receive all the content on Monday, the week of the rally, everything will be in there, so you'll know. Well, now you know that the bags are launching, but everything will be in there. We have. I will just share that we have quite an array of new things, so it should be an exciting product rally. So I'm excited. I just want to also let you guys know we'll have another host call the week of the rally. I usually like to do it on like Wednesday. That way you've had a few days to look at at all the content, and then if you have questions, bring those to. It's basically a Q&A. I'll bring somebody from marketing, somebody from training and education, people who can talk specifically to the new products, and then that way, any questions you have, the goal with that host call is just to make sure you feel comfortable talking about everything that you see, and that you feel prepared to share with other people. So sorry,
when you guys talk about like bringing a canned good or things like that or portions of their tickets costs going to the different charities and things through Young Living, is it okay to do like in our small town we have a food bank, and March is always a time when they are really low and need help with that. Is it okay to do something like that in your community versus one of the Young Living?
Yeah, I actually recommend doing it in your community. I think that, you know, that's kind of the cool thing about this is we're all over the place everywhere, and every community needs help and needs outreach. And yeah, if there's something local, 100%. Like, I think that that's a great idea.
Okay, and then the other question I had was, are there any like banners or anything like that that Young Living sells for when you do vendor fairs or rallies?
So we don't sell them, but the links for the banners and graphics and in high res are in the host toolbox on the rally page. So that's just www.youngliving.com/while-rally. If you click on host toolbox, you'll see the logos and banners, and then you'll also see the high res banners. So you could just use like Kinko's or like Pretty City or FedEx or anywhere that makes the banners, and you can just give them that file, and then they'll be able to create the banner.
Okay.
Just remember, when you're doing these, your team's watching you, and you want to be replicatable. So if you're buying and ordering a bunch of fancy stuff, which is great for big things, right? But just remember to be replicable. I think a lot of us are trying to focus on simplifying our sharing right now, and not, you know, so people can think, I can do that, you know? So maybe just be careful of how grand you go. Do you know what I mean?
Right. And that was probably the only thing I was concerned about, because I thought, well, I'm doing a vendor fair before the rally too. And I thought, shouldn't I have something that says, you know, where I belong or what my product is, that kind of thing. So
I think we can get the tablecloths on the Young Living tablecloths are in the gear shop now, I believe.
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong.
That's probably a cheaper idea.
Maybe not. But somebody asked if the new products would be in the 2019 catalog. I'm gonna say no, right? Because that's already been printed.
Yeah, so just so you guys are aware as hosts, because this will be announced in the rally content. So the spring catalog is actually a digital only catalog, and it is a savvy digital catalog. However, I will just let you know that we are launching enough things to basically have a spring catalog. So it's not going to be in a catalog necessarily, but same idea. We are launching a bunch of things. And then there will be the big main holiday catalog, you know, in the fall. So
and then the 2019s we can order starting March 11th.
March 11th, which was 2 days ago.
Oh yeah, I don't know what day it is.
I know. I'm like, I don't even know what month it is. Like, it still feels like January to me. I'm not really sure. Yesterday it was like 61 degrees here and sunny, and it was beautiful, and it felt like spring. And then today it's like a blizzard and crazy. So I can't keep up with the season, the month. I don't know. They're all the same. Oh, awesome. Holly just said the tablecloths are available in the YL app. So that is awesome. Cool. Well, Tracy, do you have any like closing thoughts or any, let me answer this question really fast. Will there be product information sheets available for the rally? Yes, the product information, what do you mean by sheets? So the product information pages will all be set up and ready to go when everything goes live at noon Mountain Time on Saturday. I think if you're talking about like the order sheets.
No, I'm talking about hi, I am John Q. New Product, and this is what I'm used for, and this is how much I cost. Just product information sheets.
So it will all be in the slides. So whether it's on the slide or in the speaker notes for the slide, you'll have pricing, you'll have where to find the link to learn more about it. You'll have kind of the story on it and why we're why we're launching it and what it does and its best uses and benefits. So it'll all be in the presentation, and then there will be a place where you can go for the product information pages to find out more about them.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I guess in closing for me, everybody just, take this opportunity to build community, gather your people, relax. Everything's going to be okay. Don't stress over it. Everyone is just going to have a good time and learn together. And this is one of the best things you can do for your business, is to host these rallies. So just relax, have fun with it, work together with your people, and it's going to be awesome.
Yes, I love it. Katarina, I'm going to answer your question really fast. I'm sorry, I did see this earlier. So when we want the emails for your attendees, it's just because we love to send the survey to people who actually hosted or attended, and not just a random, survey that goes out to whoever, because then we could get a huge number of people that didn't host or attend. And so we're not getting feedback from, people who did, which is way more relevant. So really that's all it is. And they get a chance to win. I think this time we're doing the roll-on collection, which that's like 200.
I'll take the survey.
Right. Better take the survey.
I'll do the survey this time.
So we always post the link to the survey in Facebook. After, we also will send it in an email to everyone hosting, and then you can send that out to your attendees as well. So we just want to make sure that they get an opportunity. Everyone who attended or hosted has a chance to win. We just do 20 random people. And because really your guys' feedback, whether you're hosting or attending, is everything for us. Like, that's the only way we can keep getting better, making sure that you guys are getting what you need. And so we want to make sure that, it is the people attending or hosting that are able to give feedback and not just random people.
Always do the survey, you guys, because I won Rose, my very first survey.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, that's not something I would have had bought on my own. So always do a survey.
Yes, and we do send it. We try to send it directly to the list of attendees. But I mean, if hosts are proactive and send it to their attendees, we know it gets there. Sometimes people they don't get the YL Rally emails because it's like bulk email and they have protected, servers. And so, I mean, either way, we just try to make sure that whether it comes from us or it comes from you, that they're getting it and they're able to take it. And they might win a bottle of Rose, which is awesome.
What's the name of the Facebook page you said at the beginning, the global and the US? What's the exact name? Because I couldn't find it.
It's it's Global Live Your Passion Rally, and then it's #While Unites. And then the other one is US Live Your Passion Rally.
Okay.
And #While Unites. And the links are in your confirmation email too. So if you have that, go back and check there. If not, also just you can shoot one of us a message on Facebook or at ylrally@youngliving.com, and we can send you the links as well.
Hey guys, thank you, Laura and Daria, for all.
Thank you, Tracy.
Thank you, Tracy.
Thank you. Thank all of you. You guys are all awesome. I'm really excited for this rally. This is our actual 25th anniversary week. So that's pretty exciting too.
Oh, that's what I didn't say. So for my house one, I'm calling it a 25th anniversary celebration / rally.
I love it.
So that way, the blues will want to come because we're having a party.
Heck yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, all of you guys have an amazing day. Stay safe in whatever kind of weather you're driving in, or just stay home. Tracy, again, thank you so much. And we will post this on Facebook. So feel free to comment there or share with other people.
Thanks, everyone.
Take care.
Bye.